takes us back. That was a long time ago, right, Donna Sue?
Yes, it was, Coby. Those were great times filled with carefree fun, laughs, and serious.
By the way, that's a great hazmat suit you're wearing. And is that the coronavirus on your head?
Yeah, let's get rid of this. Woo! Ready? I saw that baby. All right.
I agree. You know, that was a great time, but it's been such a long year, especially after the one we just survived. 2020 was the longest year ever. I tell you, I am looking so forward to reading about 2020 in the history books instead of living it.
2020, the year of the quarantine, is surely going to be momentous. We all had our share of these moments as we found ourselves in a new world where toilet paper, face masks, and hand sanitizer were the new gold. I never thought I would have to focus on managing my tan lines from a face mask or lipstick.
I hear you, Donna Sue. Me too. But my tan lines were received...
Not the lipstick.
Not the lipstick. My tan lines were received from the light bulb in my refrigerator. And as you think about it, you know, it's kind of funny that all these women have spent so much money trying to look youthful, and then they get to cover it all up with a mask. Don't you think they should just like make up their mask or something, kind of like a Phantom of the Opera thing?
Coby, I don't think so. Okay, get back on script. Right here.
Is that
right here?
Is that filtering what you're talking about? It's a certain skill that Teresa and Donna Sue tell me that sometimes I should just keep my thoughts to myself. And I guess that was one of those, right?
Yes, it was.
Okay, duly noted, Donna Sue. Would you like to formally greet our guests this evening?
I would love to. Madam President, esteemed board members, and distinguished guests, good evening. It is our pleasure to welcome you to the 2021 Installation Banquet.
We are extremely excited to start this new year. While the new normal is dramatically different, we have been so blessed to be deemed essential by the Texas government so that Texas real estate could continue during the pandemic.
Yes, and our TREPAC and RPAC lobbied state and local leaders so that we could continue to serve our buyers and sellers, our tenants and investors with precautions in place. And actually, our market thrived. As you know, Coby, so much has gone into the planning of this event. We have a small video. We captured some of the planning. Let's take a look, shall we?
Sounds great.
Installation banquet, so excited. I've got balloons for the balloon drop. I've got confetti for the confetti gun. No, wait, confetti cannon. I've got glitter for the glitter shower.
I don't think Kate's gonna approve all that. Are you out of line on this?
Oh no, he will.
Here's a text from him right now. He's saying that there's 2 celebrities from TREPAC that are coming our way right now.
Oh my gosh.
Let's have a look at them.
Wait, but I gotta get ready. I got sparkles. We need more sparkle clothes. If we're having dignitaries, TREPAC celebrities, we gotta be ready to go.
This woman is the queen of bling.
I'm high in front, and we hit the walk. You up about Teresa? Yeah. Yeah, she's no girly, man.
She's not even a girly girl.
Yeah, she will show you tremendous tripacto too.
And she will make it all much more good.
Much more good. Congratulations, Madam President. She will crush you like a grape.
She will crush you like a grape or crush this year like a grape?
She will crush everything like a grape.
And when she does that, we will make this year a nice, fine white wine.
Yeah, she will do the bestest ever. She will be more good. You picked a good one, Local Association of Realtors.
Congratulations, Teresa.
Congratulations. I am Hans.
I'm Franz.
We're here to pump you up.
Thanks, Hans and Franz.
Teresa was amazing this past year as our Tree Pack Committee Chair, raising over $158,000 for the Political Action Committee, a new all-time high. Before this, Teresa was awarded the coveted Spirit of Tree Pack Award for her effort. Our Tree Pack for Turkeys campaign was so successful under her direction, even the turkeys were calling out for us to eat more beef.
And just when we were winding up the year, we blasted it all away with an awesome skeet shoot. Eat more skeet, Coby.
What a triumph for all, you know. Speaking of blasting things away, I've used so much hand sanitizer this past year, my cheat notes from my real estate exam have reappeared on my hand. Wow, that was a long time ago.
Yes, and social distancing, online meetings, and virtual touring of properties have all moved to the forefront of today's real estate practices, as well as e-signing of transactions and mobile closings.
I remember social distancing before it even was a thing. Everyone seemed to congregate in Teresa and Donna Sue's office. We even lovingly called it the Realtor Lounge. It became the place where laughter and loitering had to be policed. A door sign eventually came into place, no humorous loitering.
During 2020, agents were becoming no longer touring homes as they had done in the past at their sales meetings. You know, Coby, our great friend Jason Ratliff always referred to your Tahoe as the Eye Candy Express. And Teresa was the best passenger, although she did get a little frustrated with us because she was always getting put in the middle of the back seat.
You know, if we had a whole carload of Teresas, we could get like 5 of her back there.
Loading up each other's cars was but a memory. Wow, Coby, that was a long time ago.
It was. During the pandemic, we all settled into the Brady Bunch mode with our new office and committee Zoom meetings, which brought up new issues such as dressing from the waist up and worrying about your buddy or your pet in the background. And sweatpants, well, they just became the new active wear.
You know, and one of the first questions that we realtors had for our peers after that quarantine was over was, do you do hair color and where can I get my nails done?
I know, June 1st where I was standing at Kingsgate in front of the Bath and Body. It was just like those old days at Mervin's where I was going, open, open, open. I need some of those plugins for my listings.
You know, seriously though, the initial quarantine in March gave us back something that we coveted, and that thing was time. It gave us time. We all have more time now. Time to think about the things we had been too busy to address previously. Time to do home improvements. Time to make plans for what is to come. You know, we had grocery store pickup, curbside delivery for meals and services, Dropbox delivery at most businesses. We even binge-watched Yellowstone, The Great British Baking Show, and one of Teresa's favorites, Twilight.
And then there was me, rewatching Walking Dead and Mad Max so I could brush up on my survival skills just in case it all took a turn for the worse. And even the advertisements changed during the pandemic. Do y'all remember this one? And like a good neighbor, stay over there.
Certain trends such as tiny houses also have been rethought. Everyone was staying home. Home improvement signs began to pop up. Pool installation signs were going up. Home theater system signs were going up. We were looking for more room and ways to have additions to our homes, all for those families that were staying at home and dealing with virtual school. Travel was all but out, and vacations became staycations.
That's exactly right. Things were topsy-turvy, and at one point, a barrel of West Texas Intermediate crude oil was negative $15, and then it rebounded to the high price of a McGriddle on the McDonald's value menu. When shopping, toilet tissue was a real find, or Lysol wipes. Even now, they're a huge win. You felt like you had hit the lottery if you got to the store early enough in the day to score some TP or 91% alcohol to make hand sanitizer. My brother-in-law made his own hand sanitizer too with Everclear. I guess he could drink it if the necessity presented itself.
You know, we saw some Lubbock staples go away during this time too, like La Madeline, we're gonna miss that coconut cake. The Shack, Steinmart, Louis, Nick's, Cantina Laredo, Cattle Baron, and even Ann Taylor.
We would also like to honor those precious to us that we have lost this year. Doris Atterbury, Dub Harris, Laverne Monzingo, and Beverly Sowell, as well as others who may have touched our lives. May they rest in peace and remain forever in our hearts.
2 Timothy 4, verse 7, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith.
During the quarantine, everyone felt so isolated. We missed our association lunches. We missed greeting our friends and our realtor family with a handshake or a hug. And quick lunch dates with a friend from another real estate office was always the best. So much fun. But our Lubbock Association did an absolutely excellent job with our events this year to keep us connected and to keep us safe.
So here's hoping with the COVID-19 vaccine being distributed that we're in for better times in the near future with safety, good health, and prosperity for all.
Hear, hear, and being able to lean into one another with a mask, share a laugh with your friends and family without fear of bodily fluid exchanges. Back off, bacteria breath.
Okay, all right, so now, Coby and I are excited to be here with you this evening.
Yes, we are.
Okay, right here. Okay. This evening starts with a new beginning in so many ways. We will be installing our new directors, officers, and president. And in this new year, we will also be opening our Lubbock Association of Realtors new offices and training center.
Applause.
Yes, please applaud.
A huge appreciation goes to our 2020 leadership team. They really found their world turned upside down this year.
Together with our excellent association staff, top-notch committee chairs and committee members, and our supportive affiliates, 2020 truly progressed to new peaks.
Many cannot wait to see 2020 away in hindsight. I would be one of those. I remember being a rookie in a vast association of seasoned professionals back in 1999, and Donna Sue, you in 2015. Now these newer agents, they look at us as the old-timers. We don't mind though, we just keep saying,
Wow, that was a long time ago.
not Century Savings long time ago, but still,
We are so very honored to share this evening with all of you. All right, we would like to begin tonight's ceremony by recognizing the past presidents that are here in attendance tonight. If you will stand and remain standing until all the names are announced, and if y'all will kindly hold your applause until we announce everyone's name.
Jef Conn, 2017.
Coby Crump, 2013.
Rusty Deloach, 2015.
Vanessa Dirks, 2019.
Tim Garrett, 1997.
Ken Harlan, 2020.
Jacky Howard, 2018.
Cheryl Isaacs, 1994.
Tony Lloyd, 2007.
Joe Murphy, 1986, and 2011.
Deborah Perez Ruiz, 2012.
Lynn Sykes, 1995.
Thank you all for your leadership to make the LAR what it is today.
Y'all, we would also like to recognize our 2020 officers and directors of the association at this time. As Coby and I call your name, please stand and remain standing until all names have been called, and everyone, please hold your applause until we get to the end of the list.
The 2020 officers were President Ken Harlan,
President-elect Teresa Smith,
Secretary-Treasurer Rich Eberhardt,
Chairman of the Board Vanessa Dirks,
2020 Directors
Cynthia Arriaga,
Donna Sue Clements,
Danny Clark,
Amy Cox,
Coby Crump,
Michael Hutton,
Jacoby Maywell,
Mark Nanny,
Gary Owen,
Jason Ratliff,
Lisa Sellers,
Shanda White.
Ex officio directors serving as directors for the Texas Realtors in 2020 are
Jef Conn, Texas Realtors Executive Board Commercial Appointee.
Ken Harlan, Texas Realtor Director and Chairman of the Technology and MLS Committee.
Jacky Howard, Texas Realtors Director.
Whoops, got it.
We can't lick our fingers due to the coronavirus.
We would like to thank and recognize two amazing men who represented us so well as representatives for the Texas Realtors Political Action Committee, TREPAC.
Rusty Deloach is our TREPAC trustee.
And Tony Lloyd, who served as chairman of TREPAC for the whole big old state of Texas.
With continued appreciation, we would like to recognize Joe Murphy for serving as our parliamentarian.
Wait, Coby, I've got this. Hang on. Okay, Joe, stand up. All right. I move that we acknowledge his help and guidance through the motions and amendments and all the other things that we have forgotten or forget.
I second that motion.
Yes.
LAR members and guests, these people spent many hours away from their business to represent you at the local, state, and national levels. Let's give them a hearty round of applause.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And our list of appreciation would not be complete without including the best association staff in the big old state of Texas. Cade, Holly, Tanya, Brenda, Tino, and Celeste. Thank you for making our association so successful and strong. We sincerely appreciate y'all. We will now ask the 2020 President, Ken Harlan, El Presidente, to come up and give his remarks about this year.
Yeah, really. We do have a speech for you.
Did you want one? We do have a speech for you.
Okay, is it mine?
Yeah.
Yes,
I thought so.
it's yours.
There you go, sir.
Ta-da! Okay, take it away.
All right. Thank you, guys. Are they doing a good job? I just don't want to know what's going on in that suit. So 2020 has been an amazing year. And to start off a little bit, let's just, they told you a little bit of what was going on, and kind of getting the more serious side of it, for many of us, it wasn't a great year. And some of us have lost some dear friends and loved ones, and some of the members have gotten COVID-19. Some were affected really bad and some not so bad. And others we did lose. So I'm just going to ask that you would please continue to pray for our nation, our state, our community, colleagues, and clients, that this vaccine that comes out that will continue to make this virus go away. So for many, 2020 was a record year. So let's look at that a little bit more and celebrate what happened that was good in 2020. So early in the year, the membership approved to move committees from a structure that was in the bylaws to the standard operating procedure. So what they're allowed to do is the board of directors can now create and change committees more efficiently as our industry changes. Which, you ask, what does that mean? Well, like our education task force, it's been a task force for years, and it's had to be renewed every year, and now that is a long-standing committee. So the MLS committee was changed also to a forum-style committee that allowed all the members, that's all the members, to participate, to see presentations of new business tools, possible new benefits to the membership, and to have their voice at the committee. And I would encourage, if you guys haven't got to attend those, I would encourage you guys to start attending those because you get a lot of good information from that. The new member orientation, it has been greatly enhanced to be more interactive. We've heard a lot of complaints about it and answered that, and oh, they're back.
Don't mind us.
I'm not. So what was said, some of the new members were saying they were just really enjoy and didn't get anything from it, so now we're hearing things that they're enjoying it. So as you guys, you may want to come back and go through it now, or not. So when the pandemic hit, we also strengthened our relationships with city leaders, trying to keep in compliance with local mandates and keep working. We're in communication with the mayor's office, trying to find out how we're going to conduct this business. We're deemed essential, so how can we conduct business? So we were in constant contact with them for a while. Our education classes went virtual, like everything else, but LAR continued to provide professional development and growth to the membership. Luncheons became a huge challenge, and Tammy almost killed me over those. But the Scottish Rite closed to the public indefinitely, where we had our luncheons all the time. So we had to do something different. So first they went virtual, as we couldn't meet together, and then back into person, and then we had to change the venues every month, which really everybody seemed to like. So I think we learned something from that. The LAR had a record-breaking tree pack year, led by Teresa. A tree pack golf tournament that had 2 flights was a first for us. This led to other successful tree pack events, and many associations and leaders across the state were looking at our association and Teresa, what we were doing and how we were doing it. We strengthened our relationships with the West Texas Home Builder Association, the Lubbock Apartment Association, the City Council, and the Chamber of Commerce by being involved with the impact fee process, which is a still ongoing process. Oscar Armendariz, I said it right, and the Property Management Committee, they kept the property managers and membership up to speed on the changing mandates due to COVID-19 and did a phenomenal job of it. A new staff position was created. Brenda Fisher is now our communications director. She stepped in and has done a fantastic job on communications. I think you guys have all seen a huge difference in what she's made so far. And the good news is she's just getting started. Many agents have had record sales. MLS has been reported record monthly sales, and most importantly, the membership has grown, which is pretty amazing in the year that we've had this last year. And last but not least, after many years of discussion, thousands of hours of past leadership, building task force, they led us to where we were able to purchase 2 new buildings. That's right, we don't have a building no more, we have a campus. Our building has served us well for 50 years, but it's time to move on and upgrade. LAR will be moving in later this month, and so you guys will be able to go and start enjoying that and wait till you guys see it. It's pretty amazing. LAR is going to partially occupy one part of the building, and then the rest of it's going to be occupied by tenants, and that's going to allow for non-dues revenue. That was a goal for this year as well. The second building is, not necessarily by a building, but find a way to get non-dues revenue. The second building is just a shell. It's never been finished out. So we created a task force, a construction task force, that's in the process of completing this. And guys, this is going to be a state-of-the-art facility. It's a training center, training conference center. It's going to allow for multiple education at one time, or a conference at one time, or just a large conference. It's scheduled to be done in early April, but you guys know how construction goes, so it may suffer a little bit of delay. Nonetheless, it's going to be worth waiting for, and I hope this building will serve us for another 50 years or more. As you can see, there's a lot of successful things that happened in 2020 to LAR and our membership, and we do have a lot to be thankful for. So they kind of stole my thunder a little bit, but I'm going to make you do it again. If you chair a committee or task force, I want you to stand. I just want to thank you guys for your service. The committees had many challenges to overcome. Since most of the events they're planned were social, and now, in case you guys didn't know, social's been changed to, it's spelled Z-O-O-M. And everybody, you guys did a fantastic job, and I appreciate the service that you did. If you're a director, go ahead and stand up again too. Let's recognize them one more time. These people worked hard for you this year. They probably did more than most that we had in the past. The emergency board meetings we had to have on short notices, and it was just, we had to get some things planned with the new building and stuff. So it was a lot of work and a lot of quick thinking and a lot of quick planning. So thank you guys for your leadership. You did an outstanding job this year. And then, of course, this organization just couldn't function. We got the best staff in the country. Kay, Holly, Brenda, there she is. Tino and Tanya and Celeste are not here, but what an honor we have for these guys to be here to run our association. And just really, I know every past president says that, but until you really stand in there and you work with them day to day, you start to understand more and more what they do for us.
I want to tell you guys, and what Ken said, I have to echo, our staff is phenomenal. It's good to be in Lubbock. It's good to work with all you. You're a wonderful, wonderful group of people. And I tell you, receiving the Realtor of the Year last year was, I can't say it was as cool as having a couple of kids and getting married, but it ranks up there pretty high, so I'm pretty excited about it. I was pretty excited about it, and those of you that bared with me when I flaunted my trophy, I take this trophy with me everywhere I go, and it's got a lot of fingerprints on it, but just to let you know that I appreciated getting it last year anyway. But this year, I want to tell you about my friend. My friend, let me tell you about my friend, full of love, life, and grace. Oh, my friend, a real chum to the end. Serving selflessly in Lubbock with committees and chairs, even LAR president. That's kind of a hint. Director, secretary, treasurer, building task force, tree pack, board chair with enthusiasm and delightful hair. Oh, my friend, though busy with biz, well, listen to this. For the state of Texas, members' benefits, legislative liaison programs, state representative contact, that's a fact. Not too bad, and my friend is even a TRLP grad. Yes, the state of Texas knows my friend and knows well more tales to tell. Why, there's YPN state and local Realtor to watch. For sure, my friend has endured. Why, even the Capitol knows my friend will fight, of course, when it comes to private property rights. Oh, my friend is the most, and quite the toast. You can raise your glass if you want to. never to cause no harm. However, she hates Jenga because of her T-Rex arms. 3 fur babies, yes, I said 3, and I didn't slip up. That's Milton, Bailey, and Philip. While roaming the streets of Cabo, legend has it, and my source legit, the locals made Jef Conn her honorary son. Ain't that fun? I love my friend. To top it off, got a sneeze, cough, sniffle? Here's the deal. She's got her purse, she's got a pill. I love my friend, and knowing her has many perks. So it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you our friend and your 2020 Lubbock Association of Realtors Realtor of the Year, Vanessa Dirks.
Thank you all so much. It has been an honor to go through leadership and be a part of this association. I didn't think this was going to happen tonight, so I'm not prepared at all. But thank you. Real estate is my passion. This association is my passion. So thank you so much. I have the best friends that I've learned from and gained from in this association. So thank you all so much. Which way to go?
Top that.
Thanks, Jackie.
Congratulations, Vanessa. We have a few special guests here. Vanessa, well deserved.
It's now time to install the officers and directors for 2021. Our installing officer is Jef Conn. Jef, will you please come to the podium?
I know, this is like a special thing.
I didn't know any more of those existed.
Yeah, it's like from a museum.
If you are being installed as an officer and director, you know who you are. Will you please come this way, my left, your, well, if you're looking at the crowd, it'll be your left as well. Vanessa may have been lied to for the last 48 hours when she looked me in the eye on Wednesday and said, "Who's winning Realtor of the Year?" And I straight up lied to her. So sorry, Vanessa. For those of you who don't know our officers this year, as President-elect, we have Rich Eberhardt, Secretary-Treasurer Donna Clements, the directors, Oscar Armendariz, sorry Oscar, Tammy Hammersley, Michael Hutton, Andrea Studevart, Debbie Tullis, Wayne Walton, Keely Wilson. It's been assumed that by accepting your offices of the Lubbock Association of Realtors, you are in full accord with the objectives of this association and that of the state and at the national level. The highest ornament of any calling is the character and devotion of those who give it to leadership, and our members thank you for stepping up. In the roles you're about to serve, you will no longer be private citizens, but public servants dedicated to the best interest of the public and the welfare of this association. As newly elected officers and directors, you are entering into a new adventure in friendship that comes only through service, cooperation, and sharing with each other. You'll get the opportunity to meet in person sometimes, and sometimes on Zoom. Sometimes you'll be called and think, I have no idea what this meeting's about because there's been a few meetings. Just show up and pretend you'll figure it out. The opportunity to serve your profession, your community, and your association is the posture you're about to assume. I charge you, therefore, to be thoughtful, resourceful, and constructive in your positions. And most importantly, remember, kindness and grace go a long ways. 2020 taught us that the year can be upended in a moment, and we had to make a lot of decisions in 2020 that we normally didn't have to make. So remember, you're all playing on the same team. I further charge you to carry out your duties as they are prescribed to you, and that you conduct yourself in such a manner to reflect credit and honor to your office and your profession. The members of the Lubbock Association of Realtors have chosen you to serve in leadership positions as officers and directors for the coming year. They place their trust in you to make decisions on their behalf, not in your best interest, not in your company's interest, but in the entire association's interest. Be aware of our members' needs and listen to their ideas. Will everyone please raise your right hand? I'm going to ask a series of questions, and the answer to these are I do or yes. Okay, let's practice. Do you agree? Yes, there you go. Rich is ready. It is your responsibility to lead and guide for the benefit of all. Do you accept this responsibility? Yes. Good job. I further charge that your duties, as they are directed by the bylaws, be carried out in a professional, honorable manner. Do you agree? Yes. By the authority conferred upon me by Cade, I hereby proclaim each of you officially installed as officers and directors of the Lubbock Association of Realtors. You may lower your hands as we give you a big round of applause. Thank you for serving. You may all return to your seats. If you are a past president, if you will come over here to the left. Ken, if you'll stand right next to the stage, and everyone else, line up in the order of which you were president. Now, realtors, we don't know math very well, but we can tell you what 6% of any number is. But if you're a past president, please stand up right here. As they're coming up, we're going to be passing the gavel from the end all the way down, and Ken's going to hand this to Teresa. I'm told that the wood from this gavel came from Mount Vernon, as part of George Washington's estate, which is either true or a lie we tell every leadership year. And Teresa, where are you, Teresa? You're never going to see this again. It disappears after tonight. Ken's going to give it to you. Cade's going to take it from you, and you'll never see it again until you give it to somebody else. We're going to do it in reverse first to practice. Vanessa, the problem solver. Teresa, do you mind joining me on stage? If you'll all pass the baton, if you will. This just symbolizes that we're building year over year, learning from our successes and from our failures, and making sure that we continue to grow. So Teresa, cherish that for the next few minutes, because again, you're not going to see that again for a little bit. Y'all are going to stand here for a few moments if you don't mind, but Teresa has a few words.
Right now, I want to say thank you for the year we've had in 2020. It was an amazing year that took all of us working together. And right now, I want to thank our president for 2020, Ken Harlan, and I have a little gift for him. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the time that you've devoted, and I hope you enjoy this as just a memory of your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
So this is what the mic sounds like when it's on. We're going to redo everything, so no, I'm joking. I am so honored to stand here and to install Teresa. I've got to watch Teresa grow from being a board of director member. You were a little shy at the time, but she thought so thoroughly and always asked, is this best for our members? And I'm so proud that you are standing here today. Teresa, the members of this association have chosen you to serve as a president for 2021. The great honor carries great responsibilities, and there will be many hours that you will devote to this. The challenges may seem overwhelming, although I think Ken got you beat on that because of 2020. Your patience and wisdom will be tested. Your obligations will be varied and many. You will feel like the association is your second home. Your rewards will be countless. Perform your duties with pride and with dignity. Represent your members with the respect they have shown by electing you as their president. Teresa, do you accept these responsibilities?
I do.
Do you vow to uphold and enforce the bylaws of this association with fairness and equality?
I will.
By the authority conferred upon me, I hereby proclaim you officially installed as the 2021 President of the Lubbock Association of Realtors. Ladies, let's give her a standing ovation. I'm going to turn this mic over to you, and it is working. You're going to say a few words. Congratulations, Teresa.
Let everybody get back to their seat. The first thing I'd like to do is introduce my family that was able to be here with us tonight. I have my son, Matt Caswell, and my daughter-in-law, Ursula Caswell, and my granddaughters, Maddie and Caitlin Caswell. I have my daughter, Sloan Hickey, and my son-in-law, Keegan Hickey, and I'm so thankful that they were able to come. These are my peeps. This is who I circle the wagons with, and I'm forever grateful to y'all. Thank you. I said I'm not going to cry. It's very surreal to be here, to be finally at this day, and even though, you know, the hard work of President-elect and TREAPAC, which Rich is loving, you go through all that, it's still very surreal. So the work really does begin on January 1st, which happened to be on a Friday, so I had a couple of extra days. But I called Rich on Monday, January the 4th, and he answered with, "Good morning, Madam President." And I literally laughed out loud. I was like, who's he talking to? So that'll stop you in your tracks. And of course, Rich started laughing. I don't even know why I called him now, but it's good to know that you can laugh with your team, get the hard work done, and get a lot of things accomplished, and still have a great time. Donna, Sue, and I are always saying, we think we're hilarious, so I don't know about y'all, but we love to laugh. So I've had time to ponder how I got here, and of course there's a funny story to go with that. But in December of 2015, Cade Fowler's name showed up on my phone. And let me just tell you, Cade Fowler's name had never shown up on my phone before. So in just a couple of seconds, what seemed like an eternity, all these thoughts go through your mind. I was like, what's he calling me for? What have I done wrong? Who have I offended? What rule have I broken? How bad is this going to be? And then it's that, do I have to answer? And it was like, yes, you have to answer. This is the Cade Fowler calling you. You have to answer. So I answered, this is Teresa. And he said, Charlie Kearney would like for you to chair the Programs and Luncheon Committee next year. Well, let me tell you, I couldn't say yes fast enough. I was so thankful I wasn't in trouble. I was like, yes, I will do anything for you. And so I was, that was my first foray into leadership, and I stayed for 4 years. I told Jacky Howard recently that they had to move me up in leadership just to get me out of the Programs and Luncheon Committee. And I would say to all of that, that if you get that phone call and Cade Fowler's name shows up on your phone, you're asked to serve or just show up in any capacity, be it a committee, a task force, or even just coming to an event, please say yes. And consider this a formal invitation from all of your leadership to join in the work. I've had the opportunity to sit in many of our committee meetings already this year, and I can tell you our chairs are absolutely astounding. They are so committed to the work, and we are just so blessed, and I'm so grateful to have them. You just saw a long line of leadership, and there are many others not here tonight, and we can never truly thank all of them that have gone before us. Their commitment to stewardship in the early days of our association have put us in this position to purchase a new building and complete the new training facility. It will serve our association for many years to come. Considering that we've been in the building we have for 50 years, I think we have a long way to go in our new facility, and we can really say that the best is yet to come for the Lubbock Association of Realtors. So I would say, please get involved. I also love our code of ethics, which begins, "Under all is the land." I have such a correlation of this one sentence to Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That's enough for us to be eternally grateful for our country. But you know, for us, God went a little further. He planted us in West Texas. He taxed us with taking care of the great people of our area and this community that we call the Hub City. The preamble goes on to say, "Under all is the land, upon its wise utilization and widely allocated ownership depend the survival and growth of free institutions and of our civilization." In March, NAR and Texas Realtors went to work for us. NAR had a seat at the table when discussions began about who is considered essential as our country began the initial lockdown. Because of this work, Realtors were deemed essential if your state agreed. So then TR went to work for us, and Texas Realtors were deemed essential. We were able to contact our clients, sell houses, represent buyers, and even hold open houses. We were able to reap some of the benefits from the low interest rates that we enjoyed. Not every state allowed this. You never have to wonder if your TREPAC dollars are working. You witnessed it firsthand this year. In the year of the great pandemic that was 2020, and as we wait patiently for this pandemic to end, remember the goodness that we all received because of the particular land where we live. So I would implore you, get invested. One of the great benefits offered by LAR is our slate of classes. As all of you know, as Realtors, we are held to a higher standard. That's part of our code of ethics also. That's why it's imperative that a wide array of classes are constantly being offered and new classes are reviewed for offering all the time. Our education committee is already hard at work, and we're going to fill the needs of the education requirements. So look at the classes that are being offered. Many are so convenient because they're virtual. In-person classes are also beginning, and we're so pleased that we have an ABR class, accredited buyer representative, led by our own Tim Garrett. So that's coming in March. So whether your preference is in person or virtual, LAR can fill those needs. It's our requirement and it's our desire to always be pursuing additional knowledge and information. So with that, I would say get informed. Casting a hope-filled vision provides strength for ourselves, those we lead and those we serve. How strongly do you feel about the vision you're working toward? What fear, doubt, or worry gets in the way of your vision? Ask yourself today if your dream is something you really want to accomplish. If the answer is undoubtedly yes, then everything you do today will enable you to get where you want to be tomorrow. Vision always precedes action. Our vision is a catalyst to propel us forward. And I hope you take away from this evening a desire to get informed, get involved, and get invested. Some of you know that I lost my husband, Jimmy, in October of 2011. And the verse I've chosen as the theme tonight was given to me in a real God moment after that big loss. So I want to pass it on to you tonight in the hopes that you too will see it come to fruition. Even in the midst of a pandemic, and what we want to term as the dumpster fire of 2020, we can look forward to blessings that are coming. And I believe that we truly will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. As we all go out to serve this year, I want to share a quote from one of my daily devotionals. Being a servant isn't an attribute many people strive for. It's not a popular concept. It doesn't come with a glamorous title. And our friends and coworkers aren't likely to challenge us for the position. However, it reveals the heart of our character and the root of our priorities. It is an attribute God generously blesses us with as He blesses others through us. Thank you so much for the opportunity to serve as president of the Lubbock Association of Realtors in 2021. I'd like to close by praying a blessing over all of you. If you'll bow with me, please. Dear Lord, we are forever thankful for your word, which we cherish, and for our Savior, Jesus Christ. Our lives are your reward for the suffering you did for us on the cross. Let us use our lives to exalt you in this coming year. We give you glory for the goodness that you are bringing in this land. This year, as we go out to serve our clients, family, and friends, show us how to have your servant heart. I pray that you guide the path for each of us. Thank you for showing us the road to courage is lit by your wisdom, and I pray that you light each of our paths as we go through every day. Thank you, Lord, for these officers and directors that willingly serve our association and for our staff that are so dedicated. I pray that you would pour back blessings into each of their lives as they give of their time and talent this year. We are so thankful to live in freedom, where we are able to work, and we don't take this for granted, but acknowledge your hand and blessing in our lives. I pray that the fruits of your Holy Spirit pours out of us: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, goodness, faithfulness, and self-control. Against that there is no law. For we are part of a city that's set apart. Let us light a lamp each day that shines out to others, that they may see your goodness and give glory to you, our Father in heaven. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Thank you.
That moment when you realize the book has been closed.
It's okay, we got this. Wow, that was a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so while Coby is finding our place in the book, let me just tell you a little bit about how that came about. So Teresa and I were on tour. Bill's not here, right? He won't mind if I tell this.
Yeah.
So Bill was driving, and we were on the loop, and we were driving past the old Platinum Bank building, which became the AIM Bank building, which is now the First Bank building. And we were going along there, and Teresa was like, wow, that used to be Century Savings, right? And that was a little bit before my time in Lubbock, but she was like, that used to be Century Savings. And so Bill's driving, like 80 on the loop, and he goes, wow, and she goes, and I used to work there, and Bill goes, wow, that was a long time ago. Like, I can't believe you just said that. So anyway, next time you see Bill, just say Century Savings and say that was a long time ago. And we love him so much. He is like our favorite, so, or one of.
He was so embarrassed.
He was so embarrassed. So now you know he didn't know that it was the theme for an entire program.
That's exactly right. And here we are.
And here we are. Okay, we're still on the loop. All right, before we end the program, we would like to thank a special group of people, and that is the Installation Banquet Committee. So when we call your name, stand up, and we're going to give you a giant round of applause.
Vanessa Dirks, Chair.
Leanne Brozo,
Tony Burns.
Marie Garcia,
Heather Glenn.
Tammy Hammersley,
Leanna Harris.
Virginia Luna.
Christy Jolly.
Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you all so much.
Okay, it's giveaway time. You've got this beautiful vase of flowers on your table. You do not get to take the trendy light that is underneath it. You will be tackled and thrown to the ground if you do take that. The person who has been associated with the Lubbock Association of Realtors for the longest at the table is the recipient of the vase of flowers. If there is no one at the table that is associated with the Lubbock Association, you may arm wrestle for it. Okay.
Thank y'all so much. As we bring this evening to a close, we offer you this simple Irish prayer.
May the road rise up to meet you.
May the wind be always at your back.
May the sun shine warm upon your face.
The rain fall soft upon your fields.
And until we meet again,
may God hold you in the palm of your hand.
Thank you
and good night.